Indentured servants or homemaker? Oh, should stay-at-home moms get paid? If you can afford to be a stay-at-home mom and your husband doesn't bust your balls about it because he's allowed to live his life to the fullest while you don't have to penny pinch at the farmer's market, then keep your white privilege issues to yourself, girlfriend. Should stay-at-home moms get paid? But I thought women love the divine gift of raising superior versions of themselves, planned or not, because of do-it-all dads molding on top. I don't think stay-at-home dads should get paid, but I'm not a fake feminist either. Can I get a holla for preaching the gospel a long time and not giving two fucks 1 second in the process? Holla! Thank you very much. Best friend Israel never had. When you broker a peace treaty between Israel and the United Arab of Emirates, dismantle the nuke timeout deal with Iran, and move our embassy to Jerusalem, it makes President Trump more of a Hebrew nationalist. But black Hebrews can't be anti-Jew because they're the real chosen people according to Nick Cannon. Plus, in Nick Cannon's defense, he isn't another self-hating Jew hire to manage the post-woke editorial board for the New York Times. Israel isn't pushover putsy. Sorry. Enough with Israeli aggression. If your sworn enemy, who's been hell-bent on your total destruction since the dawn of time, starts to fire 800 rockets into your backyard, don't expect an edible arrangements gift basket in return with a thank you note written in Farsi. Virgin fever. Why are jihadists so into deflowering virgins? Doesn't jihadi John have enough blood on his hands already? ISIS recruiters are overrated. How does killing the head of ISIS make it easier for them to recruit? ISIS isn't honoring their non-compete with Al-Qaeda. Plus, ISIS recruiters are overrated. All they do is target other lonely virgins on WhatsApp who wish their phones blew up. Farrakhan's favorite Holocaust tweet. How does Farrakhan acknowledge Holocaust Remembrance Day? Does he tweet, never forget, all prominent Jews are the devil's people, but Natalie Portman is alright? Amy Winehouse lives. Has Minnesota rep Babyface Omar acknowledged the anniversary of Amy Winehouse's death as something happened to a horn-hiding Benjamin lover who exploited the great Palestinian songbook for all it was worth? Babyface Omar will work it out. Have you ever seen the picture of Obama and Farrakhan's posse that was hidden for 8 years when he was president? It looks like the picture of Lambda Lambda from Revenge of the Nerds, but more Muslim Brotherhood gonna work it out happy. You'd think Farrakhan just emailed Obama about a rising star of the Democratic Party, nicknamed Babyface Omar, to your mama Obama at gmail.com. Living through Linda Sarsour. Courtney Love called Linda Sarsour a fake feminist who had no business promoting feminism at the Women's March on Washington because of her support of Sharia law, specifically clitoral mutilation. So, if siding with rock badass Courtney Love over Linda Sarsour makes me alt-right, then I'm alright with it. Can I get a holla for Courtney Love, badass extraordinaire? It's unfortunate that her daughter resented her existence and didn't know how to read till she was 9, so like how much fun was Courtney Love having? But that's besides the point because she inspired the spit. So Courtney Love, not Courtney Love, but Linda Sarsour, and this example, who's got arrested in Louisville, go walk yourself. Holla! Thank you very much! Curb your enthusiasm for Joe. Larry. Larry David tells the New York Times, Trump doesn't have one redeeming quality, but at least Stalin had one. Like what, Larry? Bernie's porno reading wing at Queens College on Stalin, Marx, and Che Rivera. Bernie Bros before Indigo Girl Hose. The serious Seinfeld writer, former Seinfeld writer, Larry Charles, is encouraging the left to arm themselves. Arm themselves against who? MS-13 gangbanger extras on the Fox lot being used for the remake of American Me? Klingon cheesy. Even Jeff Bezos sends dick pics to his lover now. I hear he packs a formidable bulge, but his new lover used to be married to Kansas City Chiefs tight end Tony Gonzalez. So happy denting Ajax man. For a man of his intelligence, I just expected better sexting skills than a younger Kristen Stewart. Bezos texts to his new lover, I love you. I will show you with my lips. His wooing skills don't sound too Klingon cheesy. Plus, there's no way Jeff Bezos tastes good, Ben Shapiro included. Cancel Alexa Bezos. If Jeff Bezos cares about supporting Black Lives Matter, then change the name of Alexa to Monique to make her sound like a less dronish Scarlett Johansson between estrogen throat blocker treatments. Some legacy Goodwill hoodie. Baby boomers are the most hands-off grandparent generation of all time. Lifting a finger is liking a picture on Facebook. Joan lives. My son asks, Daddy, why do Harry Potter movies annoy you so much? I say, it's too many English accents for me to handle at once. I can handle Ricky Gervais hosting the Golden Globes every other year, but that's it. I watch a reboot of the Harry Potter franchise with renewed interest if Russell Brand played Voldemort as a coked-out Dark Prince of Stoner Metal who snorted his nose off because he needed a perpetual boost out of the dark gallows of crippling depression for birthing such a pure-blooded, unhuggable cunt like Kelly Osbourne, who killed off fashion police prematurely after teaming up with trans Chucky. Tarantino Liquor, the sample beat maestro, other known as the RZA, from the Wu-Tang, teamed up with the Good Humor Truck team to come up with a new jingle made with love, because the old jingle was used in ministry comedy shows where performers wore blackface back in the day. Yet don't dare question the RZA's sudden virtue-signaling gesture of goodwill, knowing he had zero problem scoring the soundtrack for Kill Bill 1 and 2 despite Tarantino's liberal use of the N-bomb sprinkled throughout his award-winning screenplay, Pulp Fiction, because the RZA's sterling social justice writing cred ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang! Wu-Tang! The tumbling tower of truth. Without counsel, plans are frustrated, King Solomon? You mean like not asking my mother if it's kosher to make fun of Chris Matthews on my blog for sexually harassing a new intern at MSNBC, like the time he said, eating out unibrow Maddow counts as your lunch break, babe. Can I get a holla for my incredible flow and for injecting a holla because I've been spoiling you with A+ Gemrian. It's about time I give this a raise the roof holla. Thank you, holla. Thank you very much. WNBC. Death at due process. If you recognize WNBC, just to be clear, that categorizes a time which I like to call pre-Weird Week, Howard. The death of due process. Are dudes in college today getting charged with aggressive dry humping without due process of any kind? If so, I'm for the female accuser having to look her assaulter's fleshy head wound in the face to see who the real victim is in this case. Semi-automatic love. 5 months ago, for homeschooling, post-corona, I helped my son write a story using the Pixar story mapping method that went like this. Once upon a time, there was a soldier named Gung Ho. Every day, he'd get a new gun because he'd always lose the last. One day, he found all his missing guns. Because of that, he threw them all away except one. Because of that, he started talking to his lone gun until finally, Gung Ho married his gun. I had my son name his story Semi-Automatic Love. Can I get a holla for a school assignment story to get my kid suspended from first grade, which will start in a couple of weeks if they ever read this blog posting of this hilarious story. Semi-Automatic Love. Holla! Thank you very much. Guilty of white Peloton privilege. Low impact rides on the Peloton bike are off the list because nothing is more disempowering nor deflating than your posh-sounding English riding instructor encouraging you to feel good about your upcoming low-impact ride, despite her reminding you every 2 seconds for the next 30 minutes straight. I never do low-impact rides, like midnight strolls for authentic lamb shawarma through no-go zones in London, but that's just me. CBD oil only. Vermont should change their name from the Green State to CBD oil only, unless you have an in-state medicinal weed card for Trump derangement syndrome. Bernie Sanders couldn't even make Vermont great for potheads on vacation. Pregnant with possibility, man. This is my impersonation of Ziggy Marley, being interviewed by High Times magazine. Reporter says, Ziggy, your father had 7 kids, but I thought ganja drained your life blaster dry. Ziggy Marley replies, fake news, man. Obama bust blues. For 8 years, you never heard anyone blurt out at the post office, I love Obama. Comedy Central executives felt the same way when they re-signed Trevor Noah for the foreseeable future. The late-night comedy host Massacre. Our State of the Union is like Stephen Colbert's handle on funny these days, shaky. It's too bad Bill O'Reilly is no longer important enough to impersonate. At least Bill O'Reilly gave Colbert gravitas. If I'm a Trump supporter, it means what? I'm not into my mother as much as Seth Meyers? Jimmy Fallon's writers hate Jimmy Fallon because after he tousled Trump's hair on The Tonight Show, a real-life skinhead never emerged. You know CNN has no veneer of respectability left when your baby boomer resistor, not my president father, insists to his ultra-opinionated Trump supporter, Doodle Daddy or podcast host son, I only watch CNN now for finance news. I reply, yeah, Dad, and I only watch Real Time with Bill Maher for my Bible study group. Did you know Netflix pays more money for entertainment programming than it makes because you can no longer afford to pay Chris Rock with just one rib? I'm going to get you soccer lives. Holla. What Gen X dads understand. Holla. Thank you very much. W? Posting thought leadership tweets on Twitter or having any followers who give a shit about what he has to say on anything, especially on how to capture the essence of a maimed Navy SEAL within an oil painting he gave PTSD to, is weird. It's like Jon Stewart regretting his decision to retire prematurely to showcase his post-Obama wokeness on Laura Ingraham, admitting, I should have stuck with shaving and kissing Bruce Springsteen's ass on The Daily Show for a living. Jon Stewart adds, Laura, what I really miss the most is slipping Bruce a new mix of Gary Clark Jr. performances from South by Southwest underneath his dressing room door at The Daily Show before showtime. But in between commercial breaks, I'd always assure Bruce, this doesn't mean I have a crush on you, boss. Last, if Jon Stewart is such a fair-minded, evolved comedian, then why didn't he bust Obama's balls on The Daily Show for lifting sanctions on Iran because they promised to take a timeout from building nukes to kill Israel if the mood struck that day? That's right. Obama explained himself when he told us in Jimmy Kimmel he'd sweeten the deal with Iran by also giving them $1.7 billion in unmarked bills to Ayatollah Khomeini to create more manufacturing jobs for Build-A-Bear to make Iran's economy less reliant on the sale of hair chest removal cream for the Kardashians. This is the Do It All Dad Year podcast. What Gen X dads understand. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. Controlling our kids with comedy can make our kids great again. My 3 fuss-free children, 99.9% of the time, are living proof of it. Resist this. My star-studded pre-election comedy special book is now available on Amazon Kindle. You're welcome, and I'll talk to you guys soon.